Greetings. I'm Mike Lawson, Chair of the Concord Select Board. I'm here in the townhouse together with the town moderator and a number of town officials. We're here today to provide the residents of the town with an update on the steps being taken to provide information and to mitigate the impact of COVID-19. There has been and will continue to be a complete level of cooperation among the various departments, schools, and other organizations in town. The fire chief, acting as the town's emergency management director, has organized a regular series of conference calls with the Concord community to ensure that we are as knowledgeable about needs and developments as soon as they are available. Our public health director has been in continuous contact with state and federal agencies to ensure that we have the most current and best information available. The Select Board's thanks goes out to all of those participating in these efforts, and the town employees have worked to make sure that town services continue to be available. The following actions are being taken by the Select Board. First, we have canceled all Patriots Day events, including the parade, the Miriam's Corner event, the ceremony at the North Bridge, the Dawn Salute, and the Honored Citizens Reception. I am hopeful that the Honored Citizens Reception can be rescheduled at a later date so that we can recognize the contributions of Jonathan Keyes, those contributions he has made to the town. You'll hear from the moderator in a moment, but the Select Board voted to approve the protocol developed by the moderator to postpone annual town meeting. We will vote probably earlier next week to postpone the town election currently scheduled for March 31st. We do not yet have that authority. However, Town Council has prepared a verified complaint for injunctive relief to be filed with the Superior Court, which, when granted, would authorize the Select Board to postpone the election. This was done in the event that the state legislature does not pass a bill authorizing us to do so. I should note that both Senate President Karen Spilka and Speaker DeLeo have both indicated that they plan to take action on Monday. I would first like to call on the Director of Public Health, Susan Rask, to bring us up to date. Susan?
Okay. I'd like to let people know that as of today, we have no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Concord. However, the Massachusetts Department of Public Health now believes that there is community-wide transmission of COVID in Massachusetts. Statewide, as of today, we have 328 confirmed cases. Middlesex County has the highest number of cases in the state at 119. It is likely we may have or will soon start seeing positive cases in Concord, especially as testing increases next week. So the COVID-19 threat is real. Please take it seriously. The best way to protect your friends, your family, our community, and our healthcare system from being overwhelmed is by protecting yourself. The infection may be spread by people who are asymptomatic or mildly symptomatic. That means we must act as if everyone we encounter is carrying the infection. Please, use social distancing. Keep 6 to 10 feet of distance between yourself and others. Please take this seriously. Minimize your interactions with others. Stay home other than doing necessary errands or spending time outdoors. Don't have groups of friends over to your home or allow your children and teens to meet up with their friends. Also remember, if an asymptomatic carrier or someone with the disease touches a surface and then you touch that same surface, you may pick up the virus on your hand. And if you touch your face, transmission of the virus can occur. So please wash your hands frequently, especially after being out in public. Learn not to touch your face. COVID-19 is especially dangerous for older people. At this time, the CDC is recommending that persons over age 70 or those with chronic disease affecting breathing should generally stay at home and have a single asymptomatic individual drop off necessary provisions. Social services and other resources are available, and I think at this time we're asking people to call the Council on Aging to discuss your needs, and they have social workers who can help you. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. What should you do if you have these symptoms? First, call your doctor and discuss what's going on. If you need to go to your doctor's office, the emergency room, or an urgent care center, please call ahead. Let them know your symptoms. so that they can prepare to isolate you when you arrive. That helps you be treated faster and helps protect our medical community. If you are ill and can't be tested, and many people right now cannot be tested, we're hoping that will change soon. Stay home and separate yourself from others in your household. You should isolate yourself from the rest of the family. Stay in one room away from others. Let others do the cooking. Use your own set of dedicated dishes and utensils, which should be washed separately, and use your own bathroom if possible, or if you share a bathroom, disinfect it after you use it. Family members should also stay home for 14 days or until you receive a negative COVID diagnosis or other medical guidance. There have been a lot of questions about testing. Up until now, there has been very limited ability to test, and the tests have often been restricted to those who are seriously ill. We hope that this will change soon. Governor Baker has stated that he hopes to have a capacity to test very many more samples by the end of next week, which will give everyone a better picture of the disease. So for now, please take the advice to use social distancing and stay home. This is the best tool we have to help prevent the spread of this disease and protect ourselves, our loved ones, our most vulnerable residents, and the healthcare system that we all depend on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan. And now I'd like to call on the town moderator, Carmin Reiss, to speak to us about action she may take. Carmin?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carmin Reiss, Concord Town Moderator. Annual town meeting currently is scheduled to begin on Monday, April 27th. That's a little over 5 weeks from now. And 2 Finance Committee hearings remain to be held. It seems likely that our current public health emergency will prevent us from holding the 2 remaining Finance Committee hearings or beginning annual town meeting on schedule. Yesterday, the moderator, the select board, and the town manager adopted a town meeting weather and public safety emergency protocol, which will be posted on the town website. The protocol follows the state statute authorizing the moderator, in consultation with the select board and public safety officials, to recess and continue town meeting for weather or public safety emergencies. I expect to make a determination in mid-April whether to recess and continue town meeting. If the meeting is to be recessed and continued, I will announce the intention to do so with a formal declaration to follow. We are permitted 30 days from the date of the formal declaration within which to reschedule town meeting. If our current public health emergency continues, it may be necessary to recess and continue the meeting more than once. Some have suggested that we hold annual town meeting electronically. Many of us have been doing Zoom meetings at home. Unfortunately, state law does not give us the authority for a virtual town meeting with remote voting, and in fact, we do not yet have remote voting technology that can adequately guarantee the security and authenticity of a town meeting vote. These are hard times for all of us, and particularly hard for the town staff that is working to keep essential services running, and I give all of them my deepest gratitude, and I know you do too. Thanks.
Thank you, Carmin. Next up, I'd like to invite Superintendent Hunter to talk to us about the status of the town and the region schools. Laurie?
Good morning. We officially closed the schools on March 13th. That was subsequently followed by an order from the governor on the 15th of March to close schools through April 7th. We continually stay in touch with the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, as well as statewide superintendents, and await further information as to whether that April 7th date will in fact be plausible or if it will be extended. That obviously leads to a great deal of unknowns in the school calendar, and we are all trying to just be flexible, knowing we will preserve as many traditions as possible, depending on how things go forward. It's incredibly important that with children out of school that families follow social distancing. This is really challenging. That means there aren't play dates, there aren't sleepovers, kids aren't congregating. The school sites are closed, and that includes the playgrounds, the play areas, and the fields. We realize what a strain this is, and we hope you'll know that it's for the best of all. Students are receiving instructional opportunities via technology with the gifts of this incredibly talented faculty and the way in which they've turned that opportunity around in literally days. We will continue to provide that throughout the closure and await DESE guidance as to what that will look like should it be extended. Food is available for all at the high school from 8:30 to 11 every weekday morning. We bag up groceries and give them to anyone in need through a drive-through process. You don't even need to get out of the car. Deliveries are also available if even getting to the high school is a difficult challenge. Families needing assistance should be able to contact administrators via email at any point. They are regularly monitoring and looking for families in need. We continue to be able to provide connections to services through other departments and agencies in order to help families through this very difficult time. There's a great deal of information on the school webpage. We'd encourage you to check it regularly and often and to reach out if you need anything.
Thank you, Laurie. Now I would like to introduce Chief Tom Judge, the town's Emergency Management Director, to update us on the status of emergency management actions in the town. Tom?
Good morning. I'm Tom Judge. I'm the Fire Chief in Concord and the Emergency Management Director. And I just want to just say a few things that we're working actively with Emerson Hospital and our emergency partners, our neighbors, our neighboring fire departments, and making sure that we all have plans in place to deal with this, to deal with the COVID-19 event, if and when it escalates. Another thing I'd like to do is I'd like to reiterate what Susan Rask said. If you find that you're symptomatic and that you need to go to the hospital after getting advice from your doctor, please call the hospital and let them know you're coming. We can't emphasize this enough. They need to know that you're coming so that they can prepare for you and isolate you to protect the other patients and the healthcare workers. Additionally, if it comes to you calling 911 for an ambulance, you're going to be asked a series of questions. And I urge you to be as forthcoming as possible with your answers to those questions. We are going to come and help you regardless of your answers, I promise you that. By answering us as forthcomingly as possible, you're going to allow us to prepare properly, to prepare the first responders that are coming to help you. Again, I just like to assure you that we're working with our local partners, our mutual aid partners, to be as prepared for this as we possibly can. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Now I would like to invite the Police Chief, Joseph O'Connor, to provide an update. Joe?
One of our focuses of the police department is community policing. And during these times, those strategies are more important than ever. Working together, we will all get through this crisis. I can ensure you that the police department has put policies and procedures in place to ensure that we deliver exceptional services, which we're committed to. One thing I do want to remind people when they call the station that take their time to explain what they need. Some calls that in the past that we may have responded to, we may be able to take that information over the phone, and a dispatcher will take your number and we will call back to you. If for some reason you need to come to the police station, please call ahead. We currently have a monitor in our lobby, and we are screening individuals before they come in to our police station if need be. If you do have any type of symptoms, please tell us that beforehand. Our officers are working hard to ensure the community stays safe, and working together, we will accomplish that shared goal.
Thank you, Joe. Finally, I would like to ask the town manager, Stephen Crane, to address the town. Stephen?
So first, I would like to begin by saying thank you to the Select Board and the town departments for all of their support and effort in this really unusual time that we are in. And it's a challenging time, and I think, you know, we talk to communities around us, and no one can remember going through anything like this. And so there's a lot of kind of on-the-fly things we're doing, but I want to assure the community that our only goal is the protection of both our employees and community residents. Importantly, so our employees can continue to provide the high levels of service that the town of Concord expects. Obviously, the essential services that you've just heard from, public health, public safety, are going to remain uninterrupted in serving the community. Public Works is also continuing. Trash and recycling collection should continue uninterrupted. You know, we have some inclement weather potentially coming in a few days. The CPW will be at the ready to manage that. And even though our town offices are closed to the public, we do have many employees who are still dedicated to the community and working from home. And we just ask that the community be patient, because we're figuring out how to do everything remotely and with technology in large part as we go. But we are here to help, and as the chief noted, if you need something, please contact us and we'll do our best to provide that service. One of the things I would encourage residents to do is, if you have not signed up for our messaging system, which we call Code Red, please do so. You can either call the Concord Police Department or go online and register for those messages. We've been using that. It's also referred to as a reverse 911 call service to communicate important information. We also have a lot of information on our website, but we know some of our population is not connected and has a hard time accessing the website, so that's why we're utilizing those phone calls, and we will continue to do so as we have important information to communicate. For example, any postponement of town meeting or the town election. And finally, I would just like to say that I hope people can continue to support each other, and that includes supporting local businesses, many of whom are trying to remain open. We do want people to maintain safe social distancing, but many of our local businesses are offering delivery or takeout services. So if you can, please support them. And again, just hang in there and we'll get through this. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen, and thank you all for sharing the information you have. To the residents of the town, continue, as the public health director said, to continue practicing good public health. Wash your hands frequently. Stay at home if you can. Keep your distance when you're out in public. Finally, if you know someone who needs services, please be in touch with us. And if you know someone with a health issue or is just living alone, please reach out with a phone call or an email to check on them. Please, as Stephen said, continue to check the town website and enroll in Code Red so that we will be able to reach as many citizens as possible with the most current information. Thank you all very much.